Jeffrey Christian, the man people in the gold and silver community just love to hate. Out of respect, I blurred his picture in the thumbnail, but I'm sure some of you figured it out. I can't think of someone who gets more hate in the community than him. As a man and a fellow creator, I am very careful about the names that come out of my mouth. So to be clear, this isn't an anti-Jeffrey Christian video at all. In fact, well, before we get into it, let me give you this analogy that should help. While the physical act of stacking silver and gold is not overly complicated, and while it may not seem like it, I think of it more as a team sport. I know some of you thinking, I'm just buying gold and silver, how in the world and why in the world would I need a team? I'm just stacking. Even in individual sports, the best athletes in the world have a team around them, even though you may not see them. Michael Phelps, he may have swam alone. Tiger Woods and Billie Jean King may have played on the courts themselves, but they all had a team of people behind the scenes helping them train, learn, and improve their craft. In order for you to be the best investor you can be and to get the best possible results, you need to surround yourself with a team of people that can help improve your knowledge and skills, people that can help you learn and grow. This team concept is essential because there isn't a way for you to be an expert in all the areas and to know everything as it relates to investing in silver and gold. You have to surround yourself with people that are smarter than you, people that stretch and challenge you mentally, that make you smarter as a result. That's also people that you may not agree with, and people who will tell you things that you don't want to hear, which makes me actually circle back to Jeffrey Christian. So let's talk about him and it. I only want to spend a few moments on him because Jeffrey Christian is the vehicle, not the destination of this video. Love him or hate him, we have to admit that he and the CPM group are a collection of highly intelligent individuals that use data and statistics to present some of the best information you can get as it relates to silver and gold. And before you start atting me in the comments with examples of where his group or he may have gotten it wrong, if you truly check their track record, as I have, overwhelmingly, they get it right. Yeah, it's done with some smugness. Yeah, does he try to clap back at Wall Street Silver and others? Well, in fact, I hate to admit this, but I gotta tell you, the beef between Wall Street Silver, Andy Schectman, Chris Marcus, and Jeffrey Christian, all that stuff is kind of hilarious to me. Never would I ever thought I'd see beefing in the metals market. I mean, come on, y'all. The only thing missing is like music, and this would be like a full-on like rap battle going on. Okay, maybe that's just me. So let's pull back and pull away from Jeffrey Christian and all the other nonsense. What this is about is, if we're going to be successful, we can't just listen to people who tell us what we want to hear. To be the best investor we can't live in an echo chamber of people telling us silver is going to the moon. You are the investor, and this is your money. You have to make the best decisions possible, and you always have to own your own results. The best way to do this is by putting together a team of advisors that you listen to and you follow, or whatever it is that help you make the most knowledgeable and informed decision possible. So let's break this down a little bit about this concept of team. And like in football, you have like an offense and defense. For me, my team, I have an acquisition team, which is about how I find my best deals and what's going on in the market from that vantage point. And then I have a knowledge and information team. And for the sake of time, we're only going to focus on this knowledge and information part of the team. Your knowledge and education team is really about your coaches and your mentors. And hands down, this is one of the most important parts of your team. Think about Kobe and Shaq and Jordan. They were all great, but none of them reached the highest levels until they had the right set of coaches led by Phil Jackson. Your mentors or your coaches help you learn how to build your wealth, educate you, and guide you, and they teach you what you need to know in order to invest confidently, safely, and profitably. The coach can never play the game for you, only advise and assist. And so kind of continuing with this basketball analogy, you have to have multiple coaches. And when it comes to with metals, your coaches need to be in these 6 key areas as I see them. You need a coach as it relates to macroeconomics, banking and financing, fundamental analysis, technical analysis, taxes, and strategy. While there are lots of people that you can learn from, the hardest part is choosing the right people for the right role. For example, you don't have to watch many of my videos to know that I'm a firm disciple of Rick Rule. I listen to, watch, and read anything I can get my hands on when it comes to him. He serves like a strategy coach for me. So with all these talking heads and faceless people you have access to, I want you to consider 6 critical questions when it comes to who you allow in your headspace and allow to influence you. First, I want you to question what training, education, or experience does this person have to warrant me listening to them? Second, the basis. What are they basing their information off of? Is it their gut belief, hopes, wishes, or is it on facts, figures, and data? What's their track record? What have they done? Have they been successful? Have they been accurate in the past? Motives. Why are they sharing the information? What do they gain? What do they want? Are they trying to sell you something? The fundamentals and their philosophy. Do I fundamentally agree with their approach to investing? And then last, you gotta double check your bias. Do you like this person because you agree with them? Do they challenge your assumptions? See, our tendency is to want to have an echo chamber and listen to the people that say the things that we believe and affirm the things that we want to believe. And we try to shy away from folks that say things that we don't want to hear. Unfortunately, Jeff Christian is one of those people. Blvd is another one of those people. And I follow them both very closely because I don't want to hear what I think I want to hear. I want to hear what's really going on because ultimately all decisions live and die with you and you must own those results. You can't know it all when it comes to investing, but you can learn how to rely on the right people to get you the information that you need so that you can synthesize it in order to make the best decision possible. Which then again leads me back to people like Jeffrey Christian and Blvd and those 6 critical questions. When it comes to Jeffrey Christian, love him or hate him. 1, an intelligent man with decades of education, training, and experience. 2, he bases his statements and opinions on facts, figures, and data. 3, he has decades of track record proving that he is knowledgeable and that there is a reason that companies pay him and the CPM group hundreds of thousands of dollars a year to do work for them. If they were always getting it wrong or gave out bad information, they definitely wouldn't be in business. They wouldn't have been in business this long. 4, his motives, and the ways about going about things are sometimes less than desirable. But we're talking about investing here and your money. We're not giving out humanitarian awards. And philosophically and his fundamentals, I really agree with his approach. And I think there's some value to being very much data driven and data based. Now, I don't agree with everything, but I think there's enough there for me to give him audience. And that makes me check my bias. And I have to check it at the door because the messenger is not as important as the message. And I think the message and the information he gives out is pretty darn helpful and valuable to us as investors. And it needs to be a part of that team that you rely on to help you get information to make the best decision possible. I want you to share in the comment section, who do you find yourself listening to the most when it comes to investing in precious metals? For example, some of the quote unquote bigger channels that I like to watch are Market Sniper for his technical analysis, Illuminati Silver, Steve Van Meter. What are your thoughts about having a team? Do you have a team or are you putting one together? Is there someone out there that you love to hate, so to speak, in a nice way? And are you interested in hearing more about the acquisition part of my team and who makes that up? If you found this topic interesting or helpful, please give it a like. We are all adults, and regardless of how or what we feel about someone, our feelings about them have little to do with what they can offer us in terms of knowledge and the value that they can bring. Please do not light up my comment section with mean, hurtful, or hateful comments about Jeff Christian because I'm just gonna delete them. Jeff Christian is the vehicle for this video's message, not the destination. The destination is thinking about who do you listen to, how do you evaluate the people that you listen to, and putting a good team around you so you can be the best investor that you can be. I encourage you to watch this next video, focus on conditions and not predictions so that you can learn more about what to look for as an investor. Thank you for seeing this video all the way through. You are always my A+ students. Always stack smarter and never stop learning.